Hey, it's Meg. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be working on my little paint sample pamphlet. I think was something that somebody commented in the last video, and I thought that was a really cool name for it. I'm always down for alliteration. So I really loved working on this cover and I want to start working on the inside. So I've got my coffee. Maybe you want a hot drink too. Come and join me. I thought we'd do a little bit of a real-time like chatty session, craft with me, and we can just work on this background. So what I'm thinking is the masterboard collage technique that I see lots of people do. I thought that might work really well for just starting to build a base, because that's really what I want to do with this, is to just have it be not a clean slate, because I want something to respond to, but I just want to make it not look like a paint sample booklet basically. So I've got a bunch of different papers here that I've gathered. I've also got my box of just all sorts of bits and pieces, and I'm just gonna sort of do a bit of like collaging and just seeing where it takes me really. I mean, I've got like brown paper packaging. I'm thinking something that is fairly plain but then also gives me something to respond to. So I suppose essentially what I want to have is a patchwork background, so similar to how I have in my junk journals, but just so that I have that clean base. So I don't know how far I'll get, because this is quite a long book and I do really want to cut one of these out and either extend it or replace it and have it be something completely different. Because what I've brought out here is I went through my scrapbook pads. I don't have many of these and I don't use them that often, but sometimes if I'm in a shop and I see a pad that has some pretty patterns, I can't resist and I end up picking it up. So, you know, all of these patterns aren't something that I would be drawn to, like that's wild for me, quite frankly. But, you know, ones like this, or which was the other one that I really liked? I mean, that green one is nice there. That's quite sweet, I thought. This one too, it's a little bit more on the colourful side. But there was like a dainty, have I gone past it? There was a really dainty one that I think I've actually used in something else, so there might only be one of these left in the patterns. There it is. This one here, I really love this. So I'm thinking maybe I could replace one of the sort of skinny pages with one of these. I'm not sure though. So let's start with the collaging first before I start making rash decisions like that. So I think what I'll do is do the collaging first, and then I can come in and do the corner rounding, which is such a small thing, but I think it made a really big difference for how the book looks and sort of making it less of a paint sample book basically. So let's see. So this is going to be really awkward to work with because it's actually quite long, and I'm going to run out of space on my desk purely because I have so many papers to the side of me here. So I just picked out some neutral colours, and I don't want to be too precise really with how this is going to go, because it's just going to be the background. Chances are, you know, a fair bit of it might even end up being covered up. So what I was thinking I could do is just do my collage and then I'll trim around the edge. So I'm just going to use my glue stick. You guys know I always use a Pritt Stick glue stick, can't go wrong. And I found a really like chunky one of these as well recently, so I've been obsessed with this one, and I just think that it works fine for stuff like this. So I always really love watching people when they do these really sort of intricate and detailed masterboards. I haven't done many of them. I've done a few because I know people like to use them for like cards and tags and things. So I figured I could apply a similar technique and see how we go. But it's essentially a bit like the no-sew journal that I've made previously. So let's see, actually, maybe if I put another one of these further down. And I think I'm just going to focus on having some larger pieces here so that it fills up quickly, and then I can always come in with some smaller bits of collage papers to start adding some more like clusters and details to this. Oh dear, I've glued it to the page already. So let's see, maybe there. I'm conscious I don't want it to, where the fold is, if I have it like too like not enough over the edge, then it's just going to constantly be like flipping up. So I want it to make sure that it's glued down properly. But like I said, it doesn't have to be like too precise or anything for this, I don't think. Let's see, I love this book, this 1915 like gardening book that is absolutely falling apart, so I don't feel bad using it at all. And it was like really chunky when I got it from the secondhand shop, so there's been a lot of this book that I'm able to use, and I just really love the aged paper effect that it gives. And it's also quite thin, which if I was using it for like an actual piece of like a journal page, I'd have to be a little bit more careful, but just as collage material it works really well because it's, like I said, nice and thin, so you don't get a super huge amount of bulking going on. So I think I'm gonna have to do this in like by 4 sections or something. And I just want to put this under here because I've got this torn edge, which I think is some really nice texture that I don't want to lose there by having that on the top. So let's just go like this, and then let's see what other colors shall we use. So I'm probably gonna work in some sections. Maybe we'll have some grid, I don't know, some grid paper maybe. It's quite stark white, but I'm thinking maybe I could coffee dye some of this. I love to use coffee on top of a collage to start bringing some of the papers together. I think it always gives a really nice effect. And so let's see, where should I put this one? I don't know, maybe just here. So I think I'm going to cover the entire thing. Like there's nothing really on this booklet that I'm precious about. Like it doesn't have any like nice imagery really, or like, you know, sometimes when I'm working on like my altered book, like, hold on, I've got it to the side here, like my altered book, when I have you can see here, so I don't cover up everything because it has like the imagery coming through or the bit of interest from the text, but that's not really, like here you can see there, but that's not really the case with this one. But I do really love this little book, and it's getting really chunky, so I'm kind of worried that it's gonna have issues on the spine, but I might have to take out some more pages on that to fix the problem before it suddenly doesn't like all of the papers that I'm throwing at it. I've just been really enjoying it, and I think I've been getting a bit carried away with how much I've been adding to it, so it'll be nice to work on this project and add some more stuff to this collage here. So let's see, I'm not sure. Oh, I got out my tracing paper, but I don't think I'm ready for that just yet. That's more of a like layer on top, I think. And I also pulled out some books that have images in them, and I'm not sure whether I want to include the images or not at this point, so I might just leave those for now. So let's see, let's pop that one there, and I'm trying to overlap the papers as well so that it doesn't feel too rigid. I want a bit more of a like patchworky feel to this, I think. So let's see, maybe I'll add this piece too. I'm keeping everything pretty neutral so that I can then come in and decide what I'm going to do with this when I start working on it. Let's go that way, and then let's see. This is going to take ages, isn't it? I'm just thinking here as I'm adding stuff, I really need to add some bigger pieces. I was just worried I didn't want to just have big skinny blocks of like all one pattern. I wanted it to be built up of multiple different things, but I think I'm going to have to start adding some bigger pieces here, maybe like here, for example. And again, let's just lift this piece if I can. It might already be stuck down. Never mind. Okay. Let's just go with maybe I can pull this piece. No. Okay, never mind. I'll just put that there. I'm always so bad at when I stick something down and then I'm like, oh, actually I wanted this to be underneath. And so let's see, maybe if I go like there we go, that works. And then let's just add this as a big piece and check I'm still in frame. Okay, I do quite like these pinks here, so I'm wondering, actually making decisions in lifetime here, whether to keep some of these. I don't know, I quite like these tones. Hold on, let's fold this. I do like these tones here. Let's just fold that there. These tones here are quite nice, so maybe actually I'll keep those. Let's just make sure that this is actually gonna work the way I want it to, even with all this stuff added to it. So there's probably edges that I'm gonna have to make sure they're like fully glued down here whilst I'm working on this, to make sure that nothing gets caught on anything. So like here, put that down. And I always find that this is the phase where things kind of look a little bit odd until you start adding more stuff, like all of the detail. Maybe that's enough, actually. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like, do I want to cover the whole thing, or do I want to leave little bits of like hints of what it is? I don't know. I can't make my mind up. And whilst I decide, let me add some of this. This is literally just from a old notebook that I had, and I quite like the colour of the paper. Maybe I'll go that way, and that way then I could maybe do some journaling on it or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of different patterns and textures that I can start adding to this background. And I don't know if it's going to get really bulky if I do the reverse of this as well, so I'm not sure. We can decide when we get to that bit what we're going to do with the reverse side. I think I'm just going to focus on the this side for now. So I think I'm actually happy with that. So let's move over. Oh gosh, this is really thick paper, isn't it? Let's see if this might not like being on the crease, but never mind. Oh, there we go. Just need to get it to sit properly. Might come over with something else on the top of that one, just so that it doesn't become an issue on the page. So let's see if we can, without, yeah, I need a bigger desk for a project like this. The journal is just too long. Let's see. But I do really love the shape of it. I think it's so unique, the way that it's so long. That's what I was really interested in at first when I decided that I would use this book as something to alter, and I've had it like tucked away for ages, so I figured that now was as good a time as any to start working in it. Maybe we'll add this because we'll have some interest from the greenery there. That might be quite nice. And then just some plain as well. Trying to do that balance of not having everything be too plain, but then also adding some interest as well. Let's have that square. And then Oh, and then is this another image one I pulled out? Yeah, see, I was wondering possibly this, but I think it's more of a, I don't know, I think it's more of a foreground piece than a background piece. I don't know. Maybe we could, or maybe we could add it to the pink page. That might be quite nice if we could group the colours. I was thinking about that actually, because you've got the different colours, like the colour schemes as you go through the book. And I was thinking maybe actually if I left some hints of those colours, maybe on the one side of the pages as I'm working through it, what if I did like a themed page on the colour maybe? So like, you know, using pinks on this one and then more like greens on this one. That might be quite fun and a way of using different colours. I don't know though, because I don't always use certain colours. Like, I don't think I've ever done lots of like purpley things, at least not on their own. So I don't know whether I'd want to do anything monochromatic. Not sure. See, this is the danger of when I do these chatty videos, is you will just hear stream of conscious as my brain runs with all these different ideas. So yeah, that's what these types of videos are gonna be. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure if I like that. Let's put it to one side and see how we get on with the other neutrals being added to this page first, and then I can always come back to it. It feels a little bit too much for the base layer of this page. Let's see, there we go. I'm just realizing I need to make sure that my pages are gonna fold nicely as I'm doing this. Ooh, see, I really love that. These colours here, that's nice, isn't it? Maybe I should have stuck that over there. Never mind. Have I got another piece of that? Where did that go? Did it go over here? I've lost it now, haven't I? Oh yeah, there it is. Let's use this. I don't mind using it twice because I think it might look quite nice over here. So let's maybe go to this section here, and yeah, let's add it here. That's quite nice. I get the feeling I'm going to try and work with the colours sometimes. Maybe just the ones that I like I'll work with, and then if I'm not so fussed, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not going out intentionally trying to have a cohesive, like, matching journal for this. I think I just want it to be a space where I can play and experiment with different things. Okay, let's bring in some more of this tone of paper. Let's see. Maybe let's go, I've kind of gone down there, so maybe I'll go up here with this one. And I'm making a right mess with this glue stick, but never mind. Let's go there. Don't know. I'm not being too precise with this. Just as a background, I think I need a bit more coverage of some of these paint bits here, because I quite like where I've covered a bit more down this side. So let's start adding some different pieces in. Okay, let's go straight in the middle there, and then where else shall we do? Oh, don't like the shape of that one. Let's see. I'm always trying to like alternate the ripped edges and how they sit on the different, so like here's a straight edge one and I'm kind of covering it with more of a torn edge, so it's not all rigid on my page. I might add some of this colour. Or maybe this. I don't like that at the bottom though. Let's see where we should put this. Ooh, that's quite nice. Let's go for that. And then let's see, I'm trying to create a bit of a balance here. So like that's quite a lot going on, and I can't decide whether I want it there or there. Oh, let's go for there. I don't know. Can't go wrong, can I? If I put it there. Let's see. I do need a bit more on here, I think. It's a bit. Let's go there maybe. And like I said, I'm trying to remember that a lot of this is going to get covered up anyway, so it doesn't really matter where things are going. But I'm still trying to think how I might use the pages as I go. So let's see. Gosh, there's a lot of wrinkles on this. I don't know how I've managed to do that, and bits that aren't sticking down properly. There we go. Plus, I think I'll probably come in with the coffee and like paint look anyway, so that'll help to sort of meld things down into my background. Okay, let's start adding some more to this. Oh, we haven't used brown paper yet. I've also got this like card bag as well, because I really like the spots that were on the back of it. I mean, this side's nice too, but let's use some of these spots. And I think there's going to be lots of ASMR sounds in this video that normally get muted and sped up. So if you like paper sounds, then I suppose this is a great video for you. Let's see. So I want to do some that's reversed. So I've got the brown paper. I think maybe there might be nice. And then I'll include one that's glued down the other way so that I've got those spots on the page as well. So let's go, where was I, this way around? Let's go about there, that'll be right. And maybe I'll do a little bit of crumpling with this, but not too much, because I want to make sure that it still folds nicely on this. And then let's see, maybe more of a smaller bit. Oh, let's put it by the black. That's fun, isn't it? There we go. That makes sense. It's like I planned it. It's like I planned it. There we go. We'll include, whoops, this down here. There we go. And that way then I think I'm happy with that poking through. Not a fan of this red little bit, so let's just add, what colour shall I use? Yeah, this one will be fine. Let's just add a little bit of something here to get rid of that red, because that's a little bit too bright for my liking. There we go. And then I want to include, this is going to be really loud, I'm so sorry. This is from, I can't even remember, I think it might have been from some flowers. There we go. Don't need a huge amount of that one. And then I am gonna scrunch it. And then let's see, I don't want to cover up, like I said, a whole strip with one. I really want it to be patchworky. Am I happy with that? Yeah, let's see if we can add it maybe further down here. Okay, I'm nearly at the end of the first side. I thought this would take a lot longer than it has. So I'm probably going to have to do the second half of this in another video, a bit of a part 2. But I can't decide whether I want to do a collaged background again, or should I do something different? What do you think? I know a few of you said in the comments on the last video actually that you've also got a paint sample book like this you've been hoarding, or you've gone to like your local hardware store and picked one up, which I think is so fun, that we can work on our random little paint sample booklets together. So let me know if you are doing one of these, what you are doing in yours, and are you collaging, are you painting, are you cutting things up? I know I mentioned cutting some of these out, but I'm not sure I want to get my craft knife out for that. I don't know if I'm feeling it. Let's see, I just want to add some like plain, where did my plain papers go? I've lost them. You should see the wider view of my desk and the absolute chaos that surrounds me right now with all of these papers. Let's go with this one here. There we go. I just want a plain piece like this. There you go, just a plain piece that I can use. And then let's see, might just cover, I'm more of a fan of the greens than the blues, so maybe I'll cover up the blues like so. Yeah, let's go for that. That's quite a large piece actually, but I'm going to come in, I think, with some smaller bits in a second and set that off so it doesn't just look like one giant strip. So let's go there. Some of these I'm butting them up against the edge, and some I'm having them like overhang. I don't think there's yeah, some of these I'm butting them up against the edge, and then some of them I'm just hanging over the edge, and I'll trim them once I've done this side of collage. Let's see, maybe that way, so I've got the torn edge going on. And then some more of this, I think. So I think using sort of similar papers here across the whole thing is going to help a little bit with cohesion and kind of keeping everything looking put together, sort of. So let's go with there. And then I must remember to drink my coffee, otherwise it will go cold. And let's have a little think about where we want to add some other bits. So what did I do up here? I did some more smaller bits. I think I need a few more like creams to be added on this. So maybe like this colour. And let's see, what else? Maybe this, oh, can't get it. This piece here, maybe this colour might work for what I'm trying to do. Okay, so let's take this bit here, and then let's see, maybe I could go like there, that might work. I think I need to cover a little bit more of the background for this. I think that's what I'm missing here. So let's just take, that's a fun strip, isn't it? Let's just do that, but upside down. I think that'll look fun. There we go. Like there, maybe. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? And then let's just fold this. I've lost the fold completely here. I think I want to cover up this blue. I think that's what's putting me off here. It's the blue that's going on. This way around? That way around. Yeah, that way around. Sometimes it's just trying out a few different, you know, does it need to go that way? Does it need to go that way? I don't know. These are the things that happen in my brain as I'm doing this sort of thing, which is quite funny because I go, oh, you know, this is like a really therapeutic and nice thing to do. And then in my brain, sometimes I'm like, where should I like glue something down? So there we go. Oh, that's turning out quite nice, isn't it? So I've just got this section to do here. And I haven't added this scrapbook paper yet, so I'm wondering whether I could put this at the end. Where did it go? The piece that I really liked. But it's going to be right at the end, isn't it? There it is. Let's see, this one here. Let's see what I can do, because it's quite thick. But I'm wondering whether it could just be a nice final page, like on this side maybe. Or maybe it should be the reverse cover. It doesn't really go with black though, does it? And there's no way that's going to go over the fold, so I'll just glue it on like so. And then I can turn this around so I'm able to just trim off the excess now. And I don't mind gluing this one down because, as you can see from the reverse, this is not really something that I would use. I mean, maybe this piece here, but otherwise these aren't really my cup of tea. Which is a shame because, like, I have quite a few of these, and, like, I don't know, maybe there's some way that I can alter them to look a bit more like vintagey, or a bit more my style. I don't know. Let's see. Oops. There we go. Oh, I started cutting something behind. That's why it was, I thought it was hard to cut. Maybe I'll cut out this green one here because that's a nice colour. I'll just cut this out. I don't think I'll use it in this, I'm not sure, but I just want to put it to one side so I know it might be quite nice within this booklet. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, I like that. And then what I think I might do is have some of the collage going like over it ever so slightly. So like this piece here, and then if I did it like, that's a bit too much, like this, and then it kind of softens it a little bit. But that's quite nice, I think. There we go. Let's add this piece up here. And then maybe something else that's more plain for here maybe. Yeah, let's go there. And then I'm going to need to trim all of these papers so that I can come in with my corner rounder to polish them up a little bit. See, maybe it just feels too thick for using on this. I don't know. I don't know, maybe in like a strip of it. I do really like the green, like the contrast. Let's see. I can't decide. Is there a way that you can, because scrapbook paper is always really thick, and I'm wondering if I can perhaps do it like tissue paper where you, aha, there we go. So, oh no, it's ripping. Okay, no. Oh, well, I'll use part of it. It's not, oh, okay, it's not doing the whole thing, but there we go. So at least I can use this now, and it's a lot thinner. I mean, it hasn't quite worked the way I wanted it to, but let's just add it to here. There we go. So it's a little bit thinner now anyway, even if it's torn, but I think that kind of blends in with the look and feel I've got going on here anyway. There we go. I think that's nice with the green, and I just want to cover up this yellow. I'm not really a fan of the yellow that's going on there peeking through. Let's see, maybe just some of this old paper here. Let's pull that up so I can go, yeah, underneath. So let's put this one here, like so. And then I've just got a bit of a harsh edge going on here, so I just want to have something that will cover that slightly. So let's grab, yeah, this one will do. And I might just put it there, so you've got a slight different tone, and then it's softening that kind of weird section that I've got there. There we go, that's a bit better. And let's just make sure that's all glued down. So I'll probably need to make sure that everything's fully glued down before I start working on it. But let's make sure that this folds. Oh gosh, it's already got so chunky. I don't know what I'm going to do for the reverse of this. I think it's just going to have to be like quite a chunky book that I'm working on. So let me just make sure that those are, there we go. So that's kind of what we're working with. This bit here isn't glued down properly. Let's just make sure that it is. And then I'm going to trim off these edges. See what we're working with. I just have to be a little bit more careful with how I'm doing this. There we go. Let's put all those bits to one side. And then grab my corner rounder. And then I'm just going to round all of these corners, and it makes such a difference, I think, to the finished piece of how it looks. And there might be a little bit of a struggle here given how much collage I've put on this book, but the corner rounder I have, which I'm always asked what brand this is. I think it's Do Crafts. It's an X cut, but I've never had any issues with it, and I've had it for years, and I've tried to corner round all sorts of different things, and it's never like broken or gone blunt on me, so it's definitely one I'd recommend for sure. It's like a little beast. Sometimes it struggles a little bit there. I've obviously put too much collage on it, but if you're firm with it, you'll get there. So there we go. And then there we go. So this is the current state of, oh, I've missed a corner. Oh, silly me, I haven't done the other side. I thought it looked strange. There we go. Let's do the other side whilst I'm thinking about it. And that way then I know where I am. Okay, so that's my first layer of collage for this background. I think that using the different neutral tones and having some areas peek through and some not definitely works for this. And I think the next step will be I'll come in maybe with some acrylic paint and some coffee dyeing to spruce this up a little bit and start helping it all to come together. But that is everything for this little craft session. I hope you enjoyed joining me for this. As always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.